Very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother, Eric Braxton, speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth. Do not be camera shine, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth. Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. In the month of August 2019. Brothers and sisters, I was just looking at a video on YouTube by this guy having a lecture. His name is Dr. Christopher C-H-R, you must spell his name, Christopher. His last name is Kerr, Kerr, Dr. Christopher Kerr. And he's saying that he see dead people. That was he is teaching the people the wrong thing. Brothers and sisters, the Bible make it crystal clear that the dead does know anything. First, we are not spirit beings in a body. And the body, we is flesh and blood, because the Bible teaches dust we unto dust return. Go to the book of Genesis and you see God create the animals and man out of dust. There's no text in the Bible says spirit we unto spirit return. When God breathed a breath of life into Adam, that breath man became a living soul. So man is a living soul as he have the breath. When that breath of life leave, which is the eddy wind, that go back to God. So the breath of life in us is not us. That breath of life is called spirit and ghost. But it's not a spirit entity having form and shape. It don't have a mind, it cannot think. It's just the air, the wind. Because the air doesn't have hands and foot, doesn't have consciousness, it's not a personality. Because it's the same air you're feeling now, there is the breath of life within you. That's what God breathed in Adam. Man is flesh and blood. And man is not an immortal soul. When you die because you is dust. You lose consciousness. That's why the 9th chapter of Ecclesiastes, verse 5 said, the living know that they shall die, but the dead doesn't know anything. The living know that they shall die, but the dead doesn't know anything. Also the thoughts and the memory is perish, cease, become non-functional. Also the love and the hatred is now forgotten. Which means when you're dead, you cannot express these qualities, love, hatred, and envy. When you're alive, you could express these things. You could love someone, you could hate someone, you could envy someone. But when you die, you cannot express these qualities, feelings to others. When you're alive, you could do that. And neither do they have a portion of anything done under the sun. So which means if the person was a nurse, that person was a male or a female nurse, when they was alive, they attend to patient because they're alive. But when they're dead, they're either cremated or buried in the cemetery. The person can't go back to the hospital and perform the function of a nurse, whether male or female, because he's a dead person. So in that text, in that verse, 9 chapter Ecclesiastes, verse 5 mean neither do they have a portion of anything under the sun. So even if the person was a mechanic, when he was alive, he could have fixed cars, seatbelt cars, but when he's alive, that activity, when he dead, that activity cease. When he die, either that cremate him or bury him, he cannot come back in the land of the living to perform the function of a mechanic because he's dead. When he's alive, he could do that. So that's what the text is saying. And who inspired King Solomon to say that, to write that text? God inspired he to say that. So I'm quoting from the highest authority, not what the professors say, not what these scholars on them say, not with these what the New Age movement are saying, not what different religions are saying. I'm saying what God the Creator, the one who created the universe and create man and the angels say. And he cannot lie, because in the book of Hebrews, make it vertically clear, by two immutable things, it is impossible for God to lie. But what the scriptures say, let God be true, which he is true, and every man a liar. So we tell with big lies and with small lies, man. But God doesn't tell no lies, neither big, small, or tiny, because he's the God of truth. Right? Have I cleared that matter now? We can move to the next phase, brothers and sisters, to the next level, as I say. So, brothers and sisters, my dear colleague and friend, and all those who are espousing that same teaching, which is a lie and falsehood, I want you all to know that no one cannot communicate with no dead person. And he is teaching that he see dead people. I mean, when they cremate the person and they bury the person, then he's seeing dead people in a spirit form who are passed on the other side, the spirit world, as they say, and that he's making communicating with the spirit of dead people who are passed on the other side. Brothers and sisters, when people die, they doesn't pass to no other side. because you're not a spirit being and you're not in no spirit world, conscious in no spirit world. When people die, they're in the physical world. So even if they cremate the person and you have the ashes, the person is still in this physical world because he's burned up the ashes now. Even self when they bury the person and the person go through decomposition, worms eating them up in the grave, he's still in the physical world because he returned to dust, not in no invisible spirit world. So that's a lie and a deception. But unfortunately, millions of people accept that and continue to accept that because they are ignorant of the 9th chapter of Ecclesiastes, verse 5, tell you that when a person dead, the true state that they're in is unconscious, sleeping, that is asleep, and they are ignorant as the true makeup of God create man in the book of Genesis, brothers and sisters. So they need to go to the Bible, they need to go to the historical record to get the facts of God create man. And I'm sending you all to the Holy Bible, my brothers and sisters. So all these men and women who are teaching that they are seeing the dead and communicating with dead people and passing on message from people who dead relatives have died and pass on the spirit world, and they are making contact with these dead people, relative who is in a spirit form according to them, getting messages unto them to pass on to the loved ones who's in the physical world, who are conscious about them, the loved ones who pass on the other side. That's a deception. So then, who are these men really seeing? Who are these men really communicating with? Claiming that they are communicating with the dead, the spirit of the dead people who are passed on. Well, it's so simple. The fallen angels. They are the one who are playing that role. They are the one who impersonating to be dead people, brothers and sisters, that are speaking to these psychics and mediums and passing on information to them about the dead people and giving the psychic and mediums. And when the psychics receive this information from these spirits, they are giving it to the human, to the people, family who's alive. But these family members who is alive genuinely believe that the psychic is communicating with a dead relative. When the psychic is not communicating with the dead relative, it's spirit beings who are impersonating to be the dead relatives. And these people believe, and when the psychic say, well, I make contact with their dead mother, she's happy on the other side. Now that person now, who's concerned about their dead mother, and the psychic say everything is happening, everything is all right with her on the other side, the person will be comforted now. When in true sense, the psychic is not comforting none of them, because he's not communicating with the dead parents in the first place, or dead relative in the first place. It's fallen angels who are personating these dead people, are giving out information about these dead people to the psychic, and he's just passing on the information to the dead relative. But how do the fallen angels know about these dead people? So simple, because when these people, before they died, they was alive, the fallen angels know about them, know the history, was seeing them, know what they like, what is this like. So it's so simple that when the person is no longer in the physical world, no longer alive, the fallen angels who already have a history of the person is just relaying the same history to a living person, which is the psychic, to give to the living relative of the dead person who died. But the living relative who come to the psychic doesn't know is a fallen angel the psychic is communicating with. He really believes that the psychic is communicating with her dead family or her loved ones who die, which is not so. So it is a deception, brothers and sisters. And I'm teaching you all how the deception is being worked. So the true person to comfort us concerning our loved ones is God the Creator. Because all the people who are dying, whether good or evil, they are in the hands of God. And since God is a fair and holy and a righteous God, and He is the one who created mankind, and He will judge mankind righteously and fairly, because His judgment is righteous and the righteous judgment of God, then we have no need to worry, to be sad concerning our loved ones, whether they die a good death or an evil death. Why? Because the hands is in the hands of a God that is clean, that is holy, that is righteous, that is fair, and He will deal with everybody rightly and squarely. Now, having that knowledge alone will comfort your heart, mind, and soul. So no need now to take out. No need to take out your money now to go to pay a psychic for he to fool you and play he comforting you, when in fact he's not comforting you all. And I want you all to know that. go to the Holy Bible and read that one day the dead will be resurrected, the just and the unjust, and God will deal with them fairly. And having that knowledge that God is a God of love and He's a fair God, He will deal with everybody fairly. And having that knowledge, that will comfort you all now. So no need to go to no psychic and no physic, my brothers and sisters. I want you all to know that, brothers and sisters. I've taught you all the truth. I've pointed out the facts to you all. I've led you all in the right way. The Holy Bible. Read the Bible for all yourself. The book of Genesis, how God created man, and the 9th chapter of Ecclesiastic, verse 5, showing you the true state that the dead is in. There's an unconscious state and waiting for a resurrection. The resurrection of the just, the righteous, and the resurrection of the unjust. Who is bringing up all these dead people to judge them? God the Creator. No angels, no man, but God the Creator, the one who made us in the first place. Yes, my dear friends. So shalom, peace. Rest assured that God will deal with all the dead people, good and evil, in a righteous manner. Having that knowledge alone will comfort all your heart, mind, and soul. So from today on, do not go to no psychic and no physic, because that they cannot help none of you all and cannot comfort you all concerning all the dead relatives, because in the first place, they are not communicating with no dead one, because the dead cannot communicate with no dead person, no living person in the first place. I have told you all the truth. I have led you all in the right way. So bye-bye, my friends. See you all in the next video soon. Study this video more than 20 times to fully understand and comprehend what I'm teaching you all, and pick up all the Bible and begin reading the Bible for all yourself, my dear friends, brothers and sisters. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye-bye, my friends.